Alright, how to install a toilet. Basically, you want to get a nice, it doesn't have to be this big, a flathead screwdriver, kind of tap it into the side there, and you should be able to pry just a little bit, and it'll pop right up. Some of them take a hammer too, just depends on the flange. Next thing you want to do is you want to put your closet bolts in there so you'll be able to secure your toilet. And if there's not gypcrete poured into where you're supposed to put your bolts, then it should be really easy. But there's gypcrete in this one specifically, so I had to do a little work to get it out of there. And I actually left a video of that work here for you. Sped it up a little. Hope you enjoy. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make it happen. And that's all part of plumbing. So I think I'm getting close to being able to, yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna get it in there. All right, get them lined up. And you wanna have them about 12 inches from your wall. If you wanted to double check, even though as we installed it, we made sure it was good. And you wanna make sure you're nice and cleaned up where you're gonna place your toilet. A little thumbs up from the plumber guy. And then wax ring ready. Some people want you to attach it to the bottom of the toilet. I don't recommend that because to me I think it just might slip off. So I place it right there, get it centered. And the best way of course to move a toilet into position is to lift with your legs. As I lifted with my back, don't pay attention to that. But anyway, you want to make your connection with the left bolt slightly, double check, go with the right. Once the right's good to go, check your left again and just make sure you press down. Well, you want to make sure it's nice and straight first, excuse me, on that one. I'm not re-recording this, so this is going to actually go on the video. But anyway, we're nice and firmly down, we're straight, and give it a little snug down, and then we're going to go on to putting our bolts. And you want to put your bolts on like you would the lug nuts of a tire, and if you're not sure how to do that, you want to do it in a star pattern or on opposite sides, ever so much, a little bit on each side until they finally snug up. And with these washers I've got here, the white one that you'll get with your toilet has to go a certain way, so make sure you pay attention to that, because if you don't have the right side up, your finish cap bolts won't go on correctly. So once you get them snugged up on both sides, you want to just give them a good firm snug, nothing crazy. Don't crank it down too much or you're going to be snapping either a bolt or your flange underneath, which would be hard to do, or even worse yet, your toilet. So sometimes your caps won't go on correctly, and that's because this bolt's a little long. There's a bunch of ways to cut this excess bolt off, and I chose the multi-tool. Works great for me. And then we just snap right on, and it's good to go. And you got to dap your toilet down with caulking. You want to make sure it's nice and smooth, and you don't want to smear it all over the floor. So just get you a nice bead and work your way all the way around. Next, you want to make sure your supply is connected. And then after you get it snug tight with your fingers, you want to make sure your wrench is the right direction. And then after you snug tight with your fingers, you get a quarter turn, and that's it. That's all you need. So go ahead and kick that guy on. And finally, we've come towards the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and enjoy.